How do you accidentally meet your real father without knowing it for decades? I never cared about ancestry stuff. My parents always said we were boring Irish-German mutts with nothing interesting in our family tree. But my girlfriend Sarah kept bugging me to do one of those DNA tests for her genealogy project. She bought me the kit for my birthday and literally watched me spit in the tube to make sure I'd actually send it in. 2 months later, I got an email saying my results were ready. I was expecting the usual European mix, maybe some random Scandinavian thrown in. Instead, I'm staring at 47% Sub-Saharan African, 31% European, and 22% Middle Eastern. I'm the whitest guy you've ever seen. Blonde hair, blue eyes, can't tan to save my life. I thought the lab screwed up and mixed my sample with someone else's. I called the company to complain, and they walked me through double-checking everything. Sample ID matched, collection date matched. Everything was correct. The customer service rep suggested I might want to talk to my parents about family history I wasn't aware of. That conversation with my mom went exactly as badly as you'd expect. She got defensive immediately, saying the test was obviously wrong and I was being ridiculous. But something in her voice sounded off, like she was hiding something. My dad wasn't home, so I decided to wait and ask him separately. When he got back from work, I showed him the results on my laptop. His face went completely white, and he sat down hard in his chair. "We need to talk," he said quietly. That's when he told me the truth I'd lived 28 years without knowing. I wasn't his biological son. My mom had an affair with her coworker Marcus when they were going through a rough patch early in their marriage. When she got pregnant, they decided to stay together and raise me as his own child. Marcus doesn't know, my dad said. We agreed it was better that way, but here's where it gets insane. Marcus still worked at the same company as my mom. I'd met him dozens of times at office parties and company picnics. He'd always been super friendly to me, asking about school, sports, my job. I thought he was just being nice. Now I'm realizing he was watching his son grow up from a distance without knowing it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. This man had been in my life for years, probably wondering why he felt connected to me, never knowing I was his kid. I decided I had to tell him. I showed up at his office the next day during lunch. When I walked in, his secretary said he was expecting someone else, but Marcus came out of his office and his face lit up like it always did when he saw me. "Hey buddy, what brings you by?" I asked if we could talk privately. Once we were in his office with the door closed, I pulled out my phone and showed him the DNA results. Marcus stared at the screen for a long time. Then he looked up at me, and I could see tears forming in his eyes. "I always wondered," he whispered. "You have my mother's eyes, the exact same shade of blue." He'd suspected for years but never said anything because my parents seemed happy and he didn't want to destroy their marriage. He'd been carrying this secret, watching me grow up, wondering if I was his son but never being able to ask. "I've been wanting to be part of your life in a bigger way for so long," he said, "but I didn't know how without crossing boundaries." We talked for 2 hours. He showed me pictures of his parents, my biological grandparents who died before I was born. I looked exactly like his father at my age. He told me about his side of the family, medical history, personality traits that suddenly made sense about myself. When I got home, my mom was waiting for me. She'd figured out where I'd gone. "You had no right to tell him," she said, crying. "This is going to ruin everything." Now I have 2 dads. The one who raised me and taught me everything I know, and the biological one who's been quietly caring about me from the sidelines for 28 years.